My mommy always said there were no monsters, no real ones, but there are.
The Monster tells the story of a young mother and daughter who have a rocky relationship at best. Ella Ballantyne plays Lizzie, a daughter who spends most of her time either picking up or cleaning up after her mother, played by Zoe Kazan in this film. And within the first 2 minutes of this movie, we learn that Lizzie's mother drinks too much, smokes too much, and that these two don't get along too well, which is probably why this is the day Lizzie's going to go visit her father, and her mother doesn't think she's coming back. So the plan is for Lizzie's mother to drive Lizzie to her father's, but they get a late start on their trip, and so Lizzie's mom decides to take a secluded back road at night in the rain, which is exactly what you do, especially if you're in a horror movie. It's no surprise then that a tire blows out, leaving them stranded on the side of the road in the dark while it's raining. They successfully manage to call for help, but of course help won't arrive for some time, not when you're stranded on some backcountry road. And Lizzie starts to suspect that there's something not quite right with their situation. But it isn't until a tow truck arrives that we learn of this mysterious, ravenous creature lurking in the woods, and then all hell breaks loose. Now, Brian Bertino both wrote and directed this film, just as he did with his first picture, The Strangers, which was a good but not great entry into the horror genre. I couldn't help but feel that that movie was missing something, and this feels like more of the same. Throughout The Monster, we're given these flashbacks that show us pieces of the relationship between Lizzie and her mom, and we see the struggle that exists between them. We see the mother fighting her alcohol problem, and we see Lizzie trying to cope with a home that's falling apart around her. And these scenes are pretty devastating. They're full of emotion, they tear at the heart, and to me, they're probably the best thing that this movie has going for it. Well, that and the acting. These are two pretty good performances, especially by young Ella. She turns in just a fine performance. She's more than capable in this movie. And the movie does a pretty good job of creeping us out in the first half of the film. It moves along at a nice pace, has some brilliant shots that kind of get under your skin, but then it slowly starts to fall apart. And surprisingly, and I actually can't believe I'm saying this, it starts to fall apart when the action picks up. There are some nice moments of action, but you lose any and all dramatic weight. And it's hard for me to really put my finger on what it is. I'm not too sure if it's the fact that we see the monster maybe a bit too much. I mean, this is a low-budget film, and the creature doesn't look the best, but they certainly could have done a lot worse. Or if it's the ending, which falls a bit flat. The movie does a good job of ratcheting up the drama as it goes along, and you really start to feel and care for these characters, and I was expecting a big emotional punch near the end. It never came, and that's why I'm going to give The Monster a C+. Now, the movie can be interpreted in a couple different ways, so I'll give it a nod for that. But even though it's only getting a limited release, it's still hard for me to recommend. Some fine acting, solid directing, and some good chill/scares may not be enough to save this movie. And I personally feel like it could have been much more. Like there's actually a really good movie in there somewhere. And that's all I've got. So of course, if you've already seen The Monster, let me know what you thought down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you want to see more movie reviews, hit the subscribe button. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I will see you guys next time. And remember to stay off those backcountry roads at night when it's raining. Just might save your life.